box says this is a 2020, but the diecast says otherwise. More on that later. Here's Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s 2020 Filter Time iRacing Chevrolet Camaro. Howdy folks, it's Diecastbuffet here again, and whoa man, this is a unique and really cool diecast. This is the first ever iRacing 164 for the NASCAR Cup Series I could even think of. This is a fantastic car, and if there's one diecast that could really tell the tale of Dale in 2020, or honestly just the NASCAR season in 2020, it's this diecast right here. If you would have told me back in January that they'd be making a iRacing diecast for Dale Jr., I'd probably say, okay, it's Dale Jr., everything's going to sell. I would not be surprised this doesn't knock on the door of getting multiple iRacing diecasts in the future. I'm just saying, because you got to think about it, though. iRacing drivers, the popular ones, that run the official series, they have a social media following. If they get enough pre-orders to get these cars, you'd be surprised how much of a pull some of these iRacing drivers can have compared to some of the ARCA ones in K&N and East, or whatever they call it now, ARCA East. I don't know what the heck they did with that series, but I tell you what, they screwed it up, man. They threw it in a cheese grater. But without further ado, let's go and get this 2020 Dale Earnhardt Jr. Filter Time iRacing diecast out of the box. Alright, so I'm kind of torn between a few things. One, is this going to be the clearance bins in 5 years at your local track? Or is this thing going to just dry up like crazy because it's such an obscure diecast? I have no clue. But one thing I do know is that Shrek 2 is a great movie. And my first impressions of this diecast is, doesn't it remind you of like an athletic shoe? You have like your textured pattern, your dark purple, a light blue, some silver stripes, and then you got the neon. I mean, I'll be honest with you, this diecast reminds you of a shoe, and I think it looks pretty cool. So, for those who don't know, during the craziness and the break we had in NASCAR for a couple of months, which is, I'll be honest with you, some of the most frustrating and patience testing times in my life, because it was like you get an off season in NASCAR, you get to Daytona, you run literally 4 weeks, and then you got another off season. Look, I live for NASCAR at this point. I live for God. I live for NASCAR. It was rough. Okay, it was rough. But they had iRacing Invitational events, and they aired them. I kid you not, they aired these on national television on Fox. It was crazy. They had iRacing events every weekend to kind of fill the gap with no NASCAR, and they couldn't do any other sports because of the whole, the craziness going on. So definitely a unique car. And I tell you what, man, 25 years from now, it would definitely be a crazy story to tell that this was actually on the big Fox network. Of course, it's really a interesting diecast now you think about it. So you got Filter Time over here. Don't worry, breathe happy. I miss when they used to put slogans on every freaking car. Can you go back to like yesteryear when they used to have slogans like, what can Brown do for you? Or, we want to race the truck. Or, King of Beers. You remember back in yesteryear, they used to have slogans on their freaking cars? That needs to come back. So, funny thing I just noticed about this car. So, yes, it's a 2020. Check this out. It's a 2019 mold! Wow, Lionel. Look, I get it. You probably have a crap load of these shells still sitting around. But, I mean, just come on, Lionel. It's a 2020 car, right? They race the 2020 cars, and you're going to put it on a 2019. It's just funny, because it comes with a Cup Series banner. So, to my knowledge, this is the only windshield banner that was ever produced on the 2018/2019 Camaro, besides any, raced versions or whatever. But this is the 2020 banner on a 2019 car. So, if you're a custom guy, and, I don't know, for whatever reason, you like the 2019 better than the 2020, I don't blame you, but you could use this as a banner, because it would fit the car. I think there's a slight difference between the actual molded windscreen piece between the 2019 and the 2020, but you never know. I tell you what, man, so that's funny. So this is a 2019 mold. I haven't reviewed one of these in a minute. They had me fooled for quite some time. Then I started looking around. I'm like, hold up. So you got the JRM logo right there. K&N 3M Lincoln Welders, the L1. You got the Dale Earnhardt Jr. 8 over there. And, you know, it's kind of like, you know, glass half full, glass half empty, right? I'm a glass half full type of guy. I try to look at the positive. I think this, my honest opinion about this, I'm just glad this is a iRacing diecast and not a Cup Series actual paint scheme. Imagine if they took, like Chase Elliott's Mountain Dew car and they put it on the 2019 mold. I would be losing my lunch. I'd be so upset about that. Because that's like that would just infuriate me, because then it'd be like all your Chase Elliott cars, you would have just like 2019 car with the 2020 logo. So you got the Dale Jr. Font right there. I love that beautiful signature. Got the JRM logo right there. Safety Clean, whatever that is right there. I think it's State Water Heaters, Freightliner. Can't read that one. SEM. Love the American flag there. Filter Time. I got Dirty Mo Media right there. Very funny podcast. The non-DEI number 8, because obviously, for obvious reasons, they can't use that because, well, yeah. That's a story for another day. You got NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR race car. Got the Goodyear logo over there. You go over here to the back end of this car, the caboose, and you got Filter Time again. But I tell you what, man, I love that day glow. That day glow. I'm just saying, man, you go to a night race, you go to like a Kansas or something, you got a day glow number, day glow roof, spoiler. That's banging. I'm just saying, that's a banging looking hot rod, man. So you got Filter Time, Don't Worry, Breathe Happy. You got the number 8 right there. Got your Chevrolet bow tie logo. And I just noticed something. It don't have the Camaro ZL1 and 1LE logos right here. So perhaps this was built with the actual Camaro. Yeah, the Camaro logos. Yeah, because they have the front ones and whatnot. So that doesn't go. That makes the diecast feel a little bit better. Of course, you know, I love the kind of silver stripe here, even though it reminds me of a shoe. I like that. Very sharp. Go over here to the right side of the car, and nothing too noticeable. I would like to see a little bit more contingencies, though, since this is an iRacing car, but probably it's like, oh, we don't care. It's an online thing. iRacing, in my opinion, is going to just grow in popularity. It might not just be iRacing itself, but it's going to have, I think personally, it's going to have a bunch of different simulators that are going to kind of branch off from iRacing. And I could be dead wrong, but I feel like it's going to branch off, and it's going to create a whole market of itself in the future. Everything's going digital. Everything's going to the simulation. Virtual reality is something that's going to be very common in the 2020s and past that. I mean, imagine, you know, it's crazy to think that you could go out there and do a test from your computer and actually have real-time data and real-life car feel. Of course, it's not the same, we know temperature and all that crap. But it's remarkable that you don't have to go pack up the truck and the car and travel 700 miles to a little track to test. You can just do it from your computer. That's pretty crazy. I do like the number 8 font, though. I like that. I just... How cool would it be if somehow everything in the world lined up perfectly and they could get the rights to the DEI number 8? I could probably sleep so much better at night if that actually happens. I got the filtertime.com right there. I got Earnhardt. Bro, I have not seen the Earnhardt logo on a actual cup car and God knows when. Filter Time right there. Don't worry, breathe happy again. But I tell you what, man, this is a beautiful paint scheme. I'll be honest with you, it reminds me of a freaking athletic shoe, but I don't say that in a negative way. I say that in like a modern graphics package. I love the day glow. It's easily my favorite part of the car. Just imagine if this car actually got produced on the 2020 though. That would be really cool. But this is my thing that bugs me. Okay, it kind of bugs me. Okay, 2020 Camaro, but it's clearly a 2019 Camaro. Still very grateful to have it. I gotta say that. But I feel like that's a little bit misleading, though. I don't know. It could be so worse. They could have put it on the PTC. They could have done all that. So I'm going to be thankful for this, even though it's not perfect. But then again, is anything in life perfect? I don't know. Anyways, folks, thank y'all so much for watching the video. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Like, comment, and subscribe if you can. It helps out the channel tremendously. Appreciate all those who are tuning in. And if you like more NASCAR Diecast reviews, check this out. Bam! Kyle Busch Skittles Dips. Yeah, Skittles Dips. I don't know. Something about that just does not sound right. Anyways, folks, Diecastbuffet signing off.